Are you a starseed? You probably heard the term starseed thrown around quite a bit by now. But what does it mean? And what characterizes a starseed? And do you ever wonder if you even are one? Here are a few questions you may have asked yourself or even Google. Why do I feel lonely, even though I have some great people in my life who are close to me and care about me? Why do I feel that somehow I don't belong to the family I was born in? Why do I feel alien to this world? Why do I feel a resistance to the systems here on Earth, such as the government, education, and Western medicine? And why do I feel like I have a greater purpose, but I can't just put my finger on it? And why is it so hard for me to fit in and conform or accept old traditions? And why the heck do I feel like I should have been born in another time or even on another planet? Sound familiar? Chances are you're a starseed. A starseed is a soul from another world that incarnates on Earth in order to bring light, knowledge, and expanded consciousness to this planet. Starseeds feel an obligation to help Earth and the humankind. Simply put, starseeds exist on Earth but are not of the Earth. As children, they intuitively know there is so much more to this world, to the universe, and to all of life than they are being taught in the system. Starseeds feel great love for Earth and its inhabitants and wish no harm to anyone. Starseeds carry high spiritual energies and expanded cosmic consciousness, which are contributing to the ascension of consciousness in individuals and in humanity as a whole. There are millions of starseeds on Earth right now, and each one is positioned perfectly. Most commonly, they find themselves in dense areas and families of conflict to illuminate darkness and bring awareness to outdated traditions, beliefs, and even abuse. Some starseeds have been here for eons and are familiar with the Earth's cultures and belief systems. They know their way around. Others are new to Earth and may even experience their first incarnation on this planet. Such souls are sweet beyond human nature and may go through a lot of mental anguish, such as depression, anxiety, and mental illness. Their inner worldview is no match for the external worldview they find themselves in. In any case, starseeds come here with a mission or a goal. They are here to help the planet and humankind in their evolutionary process. Some people call it ascension. Most starseeds are awake, which means they remember who they are, what they came from, and what their mission is. Other starseeds are still asleep and unawakened to their divine mission. They may have lost their connection to their purpose due to great trauma and or shock, incarnating and growing up in a dense and highly abusive environment. Starseeds have been around the universal block. They are experts in the field of going into other worlds for extended periods, sometimes for many, many lifetimes, to help steer troubled worlds in the right direction, bringing high frequency and light energy to civilizations that are still in the dark. Here are a few characteristics you might identify with. You feel a great sense of loneliness. You feel like you don't belong in your family. You constantly look up to the stars. You have a fascination with the universe and feel drawn to outer space and science fiction. You feel as though your home is out there, pointing to the universe. You may find yourself asking, where's my spaceship? And when will they come to pick me up? You begin to question the systems on Earth at an early age. You've always felt like there is something wrong with the world. You are the black sheep of the family. You are drawn to spirituality, mystic teachings, metaphysics, and alternative healing. You feel awkward in social settings. You dislike big crowds of people. You don't seem to fit in. You have lower than normal body temperature and your extremities tend to be always cold. You're very sensitive to your environment, for example, people, food, weather, star alignments, or even the sun's rays. You may feel drawn to do grit and vortex work. You have acute hearing and smell. You don't like loud noises, for example, people screaming or shouting, machinery, heavy metal music, orchestras in theaters, television or radio, traffic, barking dogs, and so on. You need a lot of alone time to recharge. You are intuitive and empathic. You have a desire to help and heal others. You question religions, but have a strong connection to a higher power. You have a deep connection with animals and children. You have a strong aversion to violence, fighting, war, and harming others. You find artificial overhead lighting and air conditioning harsh and intolerable. You feel an urgency to grow spiritually. You know Earth is not your true home. You may have dreams or memories of places not on Earth. You may have physical and non-physical encounters with star guides and UFOs. So, to sum it up, starseeds can be different to normal humans and find it difficult to fit into groups of people. They can feel isolated or outcast in this foreign world, and society here makes little sense. They may look at this world with incomprehension and find it hostile, warlike, self-destructive, and ignorant, and many human behaviors make very little sense to them. Starseeds often have superior intelligence and more refined senses. They tend to be peace-loving and wish to protect the environment. They are also smart when it comes to looking after their own body and less willing to engage in wild behaviors or outbursts of emotion. By themselves, they are usually emotionally stable. Some starseeds, depending on where they come from, can be highly logical, technical, intellectual, wise, benevolent, and they have a great love for space or science. Others are drawn to natural healing modalities that are free of chemicals and make use of sound frequencies for healing. Many are drawn to spirituality and are highly intuitive and psychic. Typically, in times of great change or upheaval, starseeds begin to go through an awakening process, discovering that they are a part of a very large community of awakened others who fully remember and embrace their otherworldly origins. Upon hearing that their soul might be a traveler from another world, they can often feel an immediate flash of knowing or longing that this is indeed true. Starseeds often know things that others do not, for they can sense motivations behind individuals and corporations. They just know the real reasons wars are fought, and what is truly behind the medical industry, and what the government's true intention is behind a certain policy. They can figure things out by drawing on their substantial galactic history as older souls. They just know. This knowingness is due to a higher link they retain with their soul, galactic origin, and higher self. Many starseeds love science fiction such as Star Trek, Star Wars, and Stargate Atlantis because it reminds them of home. They can often stare at the stars with a feeling of longing or wish to be rescued by a mothership and taken away. What starseeds must realize is that while it is okay to dream of home, it is important to ground themselves on Earth during their stay and to make the best of it. A grounded starseed can then commence active duty. Only when a starseed is grounded and has accepted his or her life on Earth can they do their best job. Another important point to understand is that when a starseed grounds, he or she actually aids the Earth by transferring cosmic light energy from above into the Earth, thus helping Earth and its inhabitants to ascend. Starseeds have spent extended stays on other worlds. This way, they collect a variety of experiences. A starseed, therefore, might identify with many different star origins. It is relatively easy for a starseed to figure out where they originate from, as they get a strong sense of knowing when reading about various other races. Most starseeds will tell you exactly where they come from and may even guess other starseeds' origins from their experiences hanging out with other starseeds in and around the universal block. Once you get to know the star system's energies, it can feel quite obvious when you look at another starseed. New starseeds to Earth are often more sensitive than those who have been here for eons. The oldies seem more accustomed to the harsh Earth energies, which can be hostile and not like their home worlds in other dimensions. So newer starseeds have typically been the ones who need to acclimatize to the strange energy of humans, and are also the ones who are most likely to want to leave the planet any way possible to go home. Their biggest challenge is to find their way around Earth's systems. And once they do, they have the ability to experience inner freedom and peace and become great way showers, cycle breakers, light workers, and leaders. Once a starseed aligns with their true mission on Earth, a deeply satisfying sense of belonging is restored, as they are now making a difference in their family, community, and the world, emanating their true cosmic frequency. Starseeds are happiest when they are helping others or the Earth, teaching or healing others, or making a difference that is uplifting. Starseeds are great channelers and may find themselves doing telepathy, readings for others, healing, writing, are involved in art, music, politics, or advocating for the environment. No matter who the starseed is, there's always something the starseed finds to help the planet in some way. Even being a parent to a starseed child is a noble job, or simply meditating daily on the Earth to bring healing. It is all helping and part of their service to a higher purpose. Those on Earth who are originally from here call this world their home and are the native human inhabitants. Those souls appear younger and spend more time learning than teaching. They can make more mistakes that are obvious to the seasoned, older starseed. They are a relatively younger race compared to some of the older races who have been around for millions and millions of years, such as the Syrians or Arcturians. Some of the ancient races, like felines, come from other universes that ended, yet they continue on in ours. As souls evolve, they raise in vibration and so raise into higher dimensions that are closer to the great intelligence. Starseeds are very often humble and do not appreciate themselves or their own abilities enough. Many starseeds acknowledge that they feel different from others, and this brings them much loneliness and pain. Often they blame themselves and feel as if it is their fault for not fitting into their family and society in an easy and enjoyable fashion. Nobody likes to feel separate from others, but this is the shared experience of many starseeds. The sense of separateness does not have to be. The whole starseed story is rich and beautiful. It is, however, the human condition, which is full of illusion and suffering, that brings this feeling of separation. Once the illusions are realized, reality changes for them, and they can choose a different reality full of connection, freedom, and joy. Starseeds are encoded with activation encryptions that will unlock their knowledge and talents for their specific purposes. They have a unique ability to shift their consciousness at a rapid pace, making advancements in all core areas of physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual planes of existence. This includes working through limitations, fears, and destructive patterns. There are many different groups of physical and non-physical extraterrestrial groups assisting planet Earth and the starseed at this time. They represent other galaxies, other dimensions, as well as other aspects of time. Some which are called the Syrians, the Pleiadians, the Arcturians, and the Andromedans. The benevolent aspects of those groups have deep connections with planet Earth and the human race, and if the starseed chooses to, they will step forward to assist them. Obviously, there is so much more to starseeds. Different galactic origins can be discovered and reconnected through meditation, channeling, and accessing the Akashic records. Every starseed is beautifully unique and comes to Earth with his or her own special skill set. I truly understand what it means to be a starseed, being one myself. In my well-established practice on the south coast of New South Wales in Australia, I have been assisting many starseeds, highly intuitives, and empaths adjust to their life here on Earth, and it fills me with so much joy to see those special beings opening up to their inner beauty, life purpose, and gifts. After working with such gifted individuals for the past 11 years, I have put together a Starseed transformation program for starseeds, cosmic volunteers, light workers, way showers, cycle breakers, empaths, and highly intuitives that runs each year. This program takes the participant through an intimate 12-month journey with me and a group of other like-hearted starseeds, in which we set solid foundations within the participant and then build on each participant's unique skill set according to their very own life purpose. If you are interested in learning more about this program, please visit my previous blog or video or check it out on my website on www.virginieesprit.com. So from one starseed to another, I see you and I love you.